Got my wife with that boom. What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, CEO.
You're done.
MTS Nutritional. I'm not done yet. I would like to talk about my favorite sports team in the world. It's not the Steelers. It's not the Twins. Those are my two favorite baseball and football teams when I was a kid. It's not FC Barcelona. It's not the Knicks, the Lakers, the Bulls. It's the U.S. women's national team, soccer. I am a soccer fanatic. I know everybody on that team. I know exactly what their strengths are. I watched as many games as I could. My daughter's dream is to be on the U.S. women's national team. We literally would go to Red Stars games, which is Chicago's pro soccer team for females, to watch them play. I love women's soccer. I am a huge fan. And I am thoroughly disappointed that we missed an opportunity to raise awareness for the sport. And we also alienated a lot of people. I don't know if you guys are old enough. I believe it was 1996 when the U.S. women won the World Cup in a memorable and basically the most photographed moment in women's sports history. The U.S. women's national team took off their shirts, donning sports bras, and ran around celebrating. It was a moment of liberation, a moment of women just doing epic shit. I was a young man, about 16 years old, and I remember watching it, and I was like, first of all, what's soccer? Because I was a football player. I knew what soccer was, and I played when I was 10, but I didn't know we had it in America. So I was also, I knew we had like a U.S. men's team that sucked and always got their ass kicked by Mexico because all the Mexicans at Culver City High School used to wear all the Mexico shirts. Remember that, Katie? They'd have like, they literally like, they'd be decked out when it was time for the World Cup. And I was like, oh shit, Latin people love some soccer, man. Then I was like, well, why aren't like the other races wearing their team shirts? Like, why aren't the Latvians wearing their shirts? And why aren't the people who were born in America wearing the America shirts? And then I'm like, oh, it's because we suck. Yeah. So I remember even when we lived in Sylmar, California, all our neighbors during the World Cup, they'd stay up till 3, 4 a.m. to watch the World Cup. It's huge. And I remember looking, I'm like, damn, this is amazing. Like, we have a good soccer program in America. And then I kind of let loose. You know, I didn't really give a shit about it for a while. And then my daughter got into soccer. And then the Carly Lloyd era where she's like getting hat tricks against Japan. And they're just killing the shit out of everybody. I'm like, dude, I love it. Hope Solo, the most dominant female goalie of all time. Alex Morgan with her speed, her agility, and her explosiveness. And the fact that she's extremely attractive. You had this era of awesomeness, right? And the women dominated play this year. Dominated it. And instead of seeing people celebrating the World Cup victory, we saw people making fun of them for losing 5-2 to a 15-year-old and under boys soccer team in Dallas. FC Dallas beat them 5-2 in a friendly as a warm-up game. Now, why did they point to that after we just asserted ourselves the most dominant women's team in the world? Because we got political. Megan Rapinoe made this all about her. And I think she set women's soccer back years and years and years. Now, I'm the first one, and I have videos out there of people hating on me for being anti-American. Because a lot of people who follow me are from Twitter. My good friend Mike Cernovic shares a lot of my stuff. And, you know, I call him a conservative pundit. He's an investigative reporter. He's a great guy. One of my good friends. So basically, since we share each other's shit, a lot of his people came over to me. And likewise, a lot of my people went over to him. So we shared followers, and that's what good people do who like each other and respect each other. I don't agree 100% what he stands for, but he's my friend, and I love sharing diversity of opinion. So I have a lot of Trump fans, a lot of America, a lot of MAGA, a lot of Keep America Great people, and I love y'all. I also love you independents. I love liberals. I love everybody who can eat an outright bar, to be honest with you. If you got taste buds, and soon, I'm going to love vegans too. Because we have the vegan outright bar coming in 8 weeks in 2 flavors, chocolate and banana walnut. Yeah, I gave away the flavors, Katie. I don't care anymore. I'm being transparent. Here's the deal. I am the first one to stand up for everyone's right to kneel before the flag. I'm going to stand up for everyone's right to not give a fuck about the flag. I'm going to stand up for everyone's right to say, fuck you, Jew boy. I'm going to stand up for everyone's right to take a knee. I'm going to stand up to everyone's right to say, fuck America. I am. Because that's what makes this country great. The First Amendment, freedom of speech. Do I think it's distasteful to do so? Absolutely. I'm a proud American. I'm a first-generation American. My mother was born in Poland, raised in Israel, moved to America at 14 years old, went back to Israel to fight for Israeli Defense Force, and came back and moved here, and here I am. So I am the most proud American you will ever find. And the reason I'm proud is that we have something called the First Amendment, as is written, is the freedom of speech. And in the freedom of speech, you can't define speech. Freedom of speech is a freedom of speech. There's no hate speech. There's no anti-America speech. It's fucking freedom of speech. As long as you're not inciting violence or inciting some kind of a mass violent action, as is defined in the law, incitements are not covered by the First Amendment, you should be able to say whatever you like. Now, getting your ass kicked is a different story. You can go say whatever you want, but don't go out hollering, fuck you, Jew boy, around a bunch of Bill Goldberg fans. Probably not a good idea. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Look who I ran into in LA.
Good to meet you. I've been watching your videos a long time. Tell me about this protein bar.
So it's the outright bar, man. It's all natural ingredients, made with real food. None of that. You ever want to work out? You want just a little snack, a little bar before training, but you know the other bars might give you a gut bump.
Right.
This is something that doesn't have any prebiotic fiber, no glycerin, no sugar alcohols. It's whole, real food.
That is a tasty bar.
Really?
It's easy to eat. It's not too chewy. Normally eat something like this with a big ass glass of milk. That's good.
So it's like a cookie.
Really good. No, it's not good.
If you want, we also have want to try the almond butter one while we're here?
Love to.
All right, so
That's
this
a badass
is
bar.
This is made with almond butter, Steve.
That's a winner too.
Really?
He's badass. Good protein bars. Where can people find these?
Well, they can find it at any retail stores. You can find it at tigerfitness.com.
2 badass protein bars. So they get 2 double middle fingers up from Stone Cold Steve Austin, and that's the bottom line.
Probably not a good idea. And I use Jew boy. Obviously, you heard the Israel thing. You probably put 2 and 2 together. I'm a Jew. And you could probably tell by my features, I got some Ashkenazi shit going on. This is a Jew fro if I let it grow out. And Katie can attest to that. So let me tell you a little something about why this backfired. So automatically, 50% of Americans, the Trumpers, the right-wingers, the Americans, they said, fuck you, Megan Rapinoe. They said, fuck you, U.S. Women's National Team. And then they did the worst thing after they won the World Cup. They accidentally, I do believe this was an accident, they dropped the flag and kind of stomped it. And then a lesbian soccer player, Ashley, I forgot her name, she became a hero because she swiped the flag up and saved the day. I'm all about people's right to stomp the flag. I know that's not a popular point of view for a lot of right-wingers, but I think if you're a true American, you live and die by at least the First and Second Amendment, right? I think those are the most important 2 amendments, because the Second Amendment prevents tyranny and basically protects our right of the First Amendment, freedom of press, freedom of speech, which gives us freedoms to be American. So what Megan Rapinoe did is she took all the focus off of the fact that she's an amazing soccer player and has some of the best corner kicks I've ever seen in my life. And her speed, her agility, her footwork, the fact she's been doing it so fucking long, she is an OG. She is a talented woman. And I know what she did, she felt in her heart was the best thing for our country. But I don't even know what she was bringing attention to. Like, she's a very highly paid white woman. She has sex with women. So do I. So what, right? So, I mean, and I can see, like, Kaepernick at least kind of police brutality. We had a reason. And also, it's football. It's America's it's the most viewed fucking sport outside of, well, international soccer. Super Bowl, I believe, is the most viewed event in the world at any given time, period. So Kaepernick was just a blip on the radar, and it honestly became a political talking point for Donald Trump, and that's why it blew up. And guess what? Ratings went down. Ticket sales went down. I think it was Cleveland Browns, which doesn't really count, and Jacksonville. They were literally giving seats away for like $7 a year or 2 ago. So that had a massive impact on that sport. Football, which is killing it in America. It's our fucking sport. We straight up stole soccer's name and they couldn't do anything about it. We're like, you know what, we're calling football. Wait, bro, football's already taken. And yeah, he's like, wait, bro, can you close the door? Yeah. We're like, wait, bro, football's already taken. And we're like, fuck you. We're calling it football anyway. So anyway, so what happened is people overlooked the fact that we beat the shit out of every other women's team. They pointed to all this bullshit, and basically we didn't talk about the resurgence or the presence of women's soccer in America. And I think that hurt many generations afterwards. What Megan Rapinoe and the people who stood with her on the U.S. women's national team did, while I don't believe it was wrong, I believe it was distasteful. And I believe it was selfish, because I believe it set the sport that they worked so hard at back 10 to 20 years in popularity. If we would have done the right thing, promoted strong women, promoted that women can do it, and just empowered young women to go out and fucking chase their dreams, whether it's to be a professional softball, soccer, CEO, whatever the fuck they want to be. Instead of doing that, every conservative parent in the country who was against that totally blacklisted women's soccer from their mind. However, we could have used this as an opportunity to grow the sport and to make it special. So for that, I'm kind of disappointed. So what are your thoughts? I mentioned a lot of hot button topics right here. All right. Do you think our First Amendment right should cover stomping, kneeling in front of, even burning the American flag? I think it should. Do you think that Megan Rapinoe and those who supported her on the team did a disservice to women's sports? I think they sort of did. I think they demonstrated through play that they are awesome, but I think they took the focus off of that and put it on something that not the right place, not the right time. I also think it's extremely distasteful to go to an international competition representing your country, stand for their anthem, and kneel for yours. I think that's kind of stupid. The country that gave you the opportunity to do this, that gives you the opportunity, go try doing that shit in North Korea, you'll get your head cut off, right? America's great. But why America's great is because Megan Rapinoe can do that. That's what makes America great. However, what also makes America great is Americans can say, fuck you, Megan Rapinoe, fuck your sport. But I don't think we should. I think there's a crop I've seen. I've been involved because of my daughter in the Olympic Development Program in Illinois. I've been involved in regional competitions. I've seen national competitions. I've coached the number 3 team in the nation, USYS, that won number 1 the year before. There is such a crop of amazing young female athletes. They're the next generation. But what I implore them to do is to know a time and place and also have a clear message. I don't even know what the fuck Megan Rapinoe was demonstrating. Was it because of Trump? Was it because of police brutality? Was it because of LGBTQ? There's a few other letters. I'm sorry, I'm not doing this on purpose. I really forgot the letters. Is it because of their rights? I'm not sure. So females and males alike, if you have a cause, at least let people know and be very distinct and discerning of what it is you're protesting. Because I am someone who read into this. I still have no idea what the fuck her problem was. But she's an amazing soccer player. And I'd like to say, I'm a huge fan. My daughter's role model, her idol is Carly Lloyd. And that is a fantastic person to follow, to be a part of. What's your opinion? Let me know. That's not a game. I have a confession to make. I absolutely, I love cinnamon rolls. The way they taste, the sweetness, the savoriness, they're so good. I always wondered, what if I can make something that tastes exactly like a cinnamon roll, but had a better gains ratio? That tasted so good that you look forward to every sip, every bite, but was healthy in a protein powder form. Well, It took me years, but I finally did it. Cinnamon roll MTS way. Oh, the taste of this delicious cinnamon roll. That can be made into a delicious shake or a sludge. Oh, that's so good. Available now with better gains ratio.